So in today's video, we have Nandini with us. Nandini first met 𝗟𝗶𝘀 at his Bangalore meetup in October 2023. At that time, she was working as a software developer at a US-based startup and was also engaged in side projects related to AI and data science. Inspired by the meetup, she felt motivated to pursue more opportunities. After 3 months of searching, she found an exciting opportunity in Japan, leading to her move there. And that's Nandini's story.
गोहान ताबेमाशिता का खाना खा रहे हो?
इतना नहीं आता, arigato gozaimasu बस, उसके आगे कुछ नहीं आता मुझे.
Late dinner. You already
Yes.
started with, oh my god, look at this. Oh my god.
Oh, what is that? Nice.
What
Looks
is
really
that?
nice. Let's kick things off with your journey. Start from the beginning. When did you go to college?
Record start हो गया क्या? I graduated in 2022. My college was in Greater Noida. It was in Galgotias. So yeah, I
Mid college.
learned a lot of, huh?
Pretty mid college, I would assume.
Tier 3, yeah. But somehow I found a good group. So I'd say that mostly I learned life skills वहाँ पे कि जिंदा कैसे रहते हैं because I used to be a day scholar. I used to go every day and then come back
Good boy.
घर से. And बीच में, like in second year, COVID hit. And at that time I was like, okay, we are supposed to do something with engineering, because I started hearing that everybody gets placed in that college, so that's like good companies come in. At that time it was like at least 30 LPA, so yeah, it was good. And so good companies are coming in, but students are not skilled enough to clear those interviews. Only like 1 or 2 would get in. And so I was like, okay, I need to work on my skills, I need to work on my project. So first 2 years just went by. COVID started. I basically started studying when it was like the end of second semester. I started with exploring. I started with Android, built a few Android applications, participated in hackathons, then went to React Native, then went to React front end. I hated it. I hated React front end back at that time, 2020. So, and then I moved on to AI ML. So my BTech was computer science with specialization in artificial intelligence and machine learning. So from second year, you would like get artificial intelligence chapters added to your curriculum, but they were like so behind. And this was pre-ChatGPT era, so I studied AI before ChatGPT existed and created a lot of projects on it. So after React, I went on to data science, ML, AI projects, also a bit of blockchain. And so I tried my hands at everything, created like 15 projects, because when you're learning things, you need to like create projects. Did an internship. I was an AI intern at a startup. So my first professional experience started with a startup, and all of my experiences have been at startups. I've never worked for a MNC, but things have been working out pretty good. It is difficult to navigate a job without a big brand name, but you exist, your channel exists, so I exist here. So भूल गई मैं अब. Yeah, AI internship. The AI internship was pretty interesting because I created like 5 AI projects across, again, data science, data analytics, statistical data, image data, video data. Yeah, that's about it. Video data was the most interesting one. The project was related to detecting real life violence in videos, and that was very complex because image data was kind of normal at that time, because you could use CNNs and then just train the model on the images, or you also have pre-trained models that you can like fine-tune on images. Like on images it's simple, it gets complex on videos, because in videos you have more data, you have to extract frames, you have to tailor the algorithm a little bit so that you're not taking redundant data from the videos. And at that time, when I was training my models, it was like it would take more than 24 hours on my laptop, because it was just like 8 GB RAM. It would keep running. I would be like, I would tell my family, don't touch my laptop even if I'm sleeping. This should keep running. This is important. So there were like 2 models that I trained. These days you get these applications that can train like 10, that can give you a list of comparisons of 10 models side by side, like which would be the best for you for whatever you need. But at that time it was just me and my Dell laptop and the random 2 models that I picked. So I did that, and now it's my most starred GitHub repository, which is
Nice.
just like 33 stars, but I like it.
Nice.
So that project actually piqued my interest in AI and ML, and I wanted to be an ML engineer. And in placements, a good company did come in. The interviewer for the ML engineer position was from the US, and but there was a gap in my knowledge. Those projects, he really liked my project, but I didn't know anything apart from that. So I kind of lagged in that, and I gradually moved into a full stack role at a good US based startup. Does that answer your question?
As you moved to so that was your full-time role. The first full-time role was all right. How did you get in? Campus placements or?
Campus placements,
Got it. Makes sense. This was 2022.
2022.
I would assume the interview was standard DSA.
Yeah, the coding round and then a few interview rounds. Since it's a startup, it's a small company, the managing director would have the last round.
This was on site or this was remote?
On site, I moved to Bangalore after that. I moved out of my home for the first time and moved to Bangalore and lived there for 2 years. Loved it. Amazing.
Got it. Very cool. So 2022 to 2024, you worked at this company. How did Japan happen then?
For that, we have to go back to school.
Oh, what the fuck?
So,
Okay.
like any other podcast person that has like done this, everybody says that coding journey started from school. Similar.
Right.
Started from 9th standard, but then in 11th standard I changed schools from, I'm from Ghaziabad. I was brought up in Ghaziabad, but I changed schools from a Ghaziabad school to a Delhi school. And that school sort of had good connections. And so they had this student exchange program where they selected me to and took me to Japan for 8 days. So it was like my 8-day free trial period of what my life can look like in the future. That's their main purpose. And also, I visited a few universities and I had my first engineering sessions in a Japanese university.
Got it.
Before that, I only knew that coding languages are just a school subject. But after attending those engineering classes, they gave us like Arduino Uno microcontrollers and a lot of sensors, and then we just played around with it, wrote code. I was like, oh, this is real life. This is cool. This is engineering. And I also sort of had a good senior influence. Should I name her?
Do it.
Do you know
Yeah, do it.
𝗟𝗶ሔር Sandhyana?
Yup.
Yeah, so she was my school senior.
Oh boy. Oh, well, good for you.
Right? That's where it started. I was like, this person is a software engineer in Samsung Korea. She's traveling. She's always traveling. She's still traveling. That's the life that I want.
Nice.
And so I just took a computer science degree anywhere that I could get. Then, so since I went to Japan, this organization still exists that takes people to Japan every year. And since they've sent so many people from India, there's a whole alumni. So they hold yearly alumni meets. And when I was like already working as a software engineer, they would be like, Nandini-san, what do you do? I was like, software engineer. Nandini-san, Japan has tech companies. I'm like, you're right. So I would, and like during that time, I had just joined Twitter. Oh, the Meetup Story. So when I went to your first meetup in Bangalore, I was shocked with everything, because before that I was just living in my own bubble, and I came to the meetup because I wanted to get out of that bubble of just working in my own company, things were starting to get boring because of the dinosaur code. So that's why I had to like look out and see in the world like what's happening and what do people do. That's how I discovered your channel. Looked at a couple of videos and found out that you can do so many things that lies in the outer limits of your potential. And I was like, I need to do these things. And then I joined the cohort at around week 5. And soon after week 5, you announced the meetup, went there. I genuinely believe that this sort of butterfly effect started from the meetup, because since I found this job on Twitter, X, and you asked us to join X at that time. And so we say joined X. I would look at the cohort videos and go back to the code in my company because there was so much to learn. So that's how I would utilize the cohort. I would learn how to learn and then go and learn. And yeah, cohort. In February, the Japanese people came. I was like, yeah, you're right, I should do that. And then I followed you on Twitter, and you used to post a couple of testimonials of the existing cohort people. And one day you posted a big one. I was like, it was a normal day for me. I came back from my office. I opened X. There was this testimonial. I was angry at myself that why am I not going for bigger things? So I started searching aggressively. And by aggressively, I mean me and my keyboard and going, jobs in Japan, software engineer in Japan, looking for a software engineer in Japan. I tried these 3 things. And then this first job popped up. It was posted by japan-dev.com, and there's also another website, tokyodev.com, that you can use. So it was posted by that website. I applied. A couple of weeks later, I got the screening round. Then cohort 2 meetup was organized. I went there. I got first interview round invitation. I'm like, this location is lucky. I had to go there to get my first interview. And I told Rakshit about it. I told Rakshit that something big is coming. Then, yeah, there were like 4 interview rounds, and I got in, and they love me.
Very cool. I'm sure they do. How was the interview? Simple compared to Indian interviews?
I actually didn't have to change myself at all since I was grinding since I joined the cohort, and I've been looking at our own code, company's code, for so long. I was able to answer most of the things. It was pretty simple, but you do need to know DSA. DP came up in the interviews. I was shocked. I'm so glad that I did DSA once in college, because you just need to know the concept. Then you'll be able to figure out the solution. That's all. You should know how DP works. Then LLD, HLD, very important, super important. And yeah, basic, then it went casual. My interviewers were global team members also and Japanese team members also, but everybody spoke English.
Got it. You do know Japanese though?
No, I'm just messing with you.
Oh,
You
you
wouldn't
don't
know
know.
what I'm saying. 今日はハルキラットさんと一緒にポッドキャストあります。This is just gibberish.
Okay, makes sense. I figured. Okay. So you don't know Japanese, so you don't need to know Japanese to apply to these companies.
When you look at the posting, there are so many postings on the websites that I just mentioned. They specifically mention that no Japanese required and apply from anywhere. If these 2 points are mentioned, only then you can get in. Otherwise, you don't.
Got it. Are you learning Japanese though?
I am enjoying learning it. It's a fun language. Nobody asked me to. They don't care.
Got it. Makes sense. Very cool. Interesting. How was the visa process like once you got in?
It was so long. That's why I had to wait for so long. I had to wait 3 months.
Got it. Like what
First,
visa
the
did you
COE
take? COE, yeah.
engineer visa.
Engineer visa?
Hmm.
Got it. Makes sense. Yeah, I totally forgot which visa I was on.
You were on the highly skilled visa, I know.
Yeah, I was on high school visa. Correct, correct. But my CO was also stuck for like, I don't know, 3 months or something like that.
Huh. I got mine approved in 1 month. 3 months for like, it was like the maximum period, but I got everything in 40 days.
Nice. And the engineer visa, does that let you stay forever or citizenship?
5 years.
5 years?
The
Wow.
first visa, the first and the longest visa that you can get in Japan is 5 years as a
Got
foreigner.
it. Makes sense. And what are your plans? Are you going to stay there forever or too early to tell?
I am loving it. This is my city. But I don't know about, I don't want to say. I'll live here forever.
Okay, there we go.
No, I can't say it. But I'm enjoying it. People ask me like, when are you going to go back? I'm like, I just came here. Like, it was difficult. Let me enjoy a bit.
That makes sense. It's a great country. Still expensive, especially Tokyo, but yeah, I could
Yeah,
see myself living there.
basically your residence card is supposed to be a re-entry thing because it states that this is the address where I'm living in. But since you're no longer living here, you don't have
Yeah,
an
right.
apartment, maybe
Right.
you can't.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I've moved like 3 times already.
Why is that? So every time you had to re-register?
Yeah, it was 3 different cities, so I'm happy that I got to experience these 3 cities.
That brings us to an important question: compensation in Japan.
Yeah,
You want to talk about it? How much do engineers make?
sure.
How much
Like, I can
expenses?
give you an average. So, it's very strict. I don't know about your startups, but I'm talking about Japanese companies here. My company is also a Japanese company. Yeah, so 0 to 3 years of experienced people are considered junior. So you can get 6 is the minimum. 6 or
7
above.
maybe. 6 or
6
above.
or above, yeah.
That's 30 LP?
Different
Yeah, 30, 35 LP or something like that.
yeah, depends on the company and like how easygoing they are, how much they like you. Above 3 years, you like mid or senior. Ask whatever you want to. But that's
Nice.
like a good starting salary. If you're getting below that as a software engineer, don't go. You
Yeah,
won't
it's
be
probably
able to
not worth
survive
it.
it.
Especially in Tokyo, I would assume your rent is what? At least $1,000, I would assume. 80,000 rupees, 1.6 lakh yen.
Yeah. No, मेरा सस्ता है.
इससे भी कम है.
Mine is 60,000 rupees, 100k yen.
Bro, that's pretty good. How small is your house?
I don't know. I know my Bangalore house was bigger, but I had a maid to clean it. I have to clean this myself.
So it makes sense for you to
So
have a small
I'm
house.
happy for now. I wanna start small and then like increase my cleaning skills. I don't know how to clean.
Well, that's pretty
My
good.
place is very clean though. I clean every day.
Let's see. Look at your place. Let's do a house tour. Is there
No.
webcam detachable? No, it's that bad.
I might have pre-recorded videos that I can send.
All right, that works. Yeah, man, that's
There's
pretty
a
surprising.
video. Bye.
But I saw a
I'm
bunch of
forgiving
other
you.
places
And you
also.
had a nice kitchen, so I liked that too. But you can get so much better for the price that you were paying for that building. You were not paying, they were paying, but I think you got ripped off.
Yeah, we had like 3 houses in the same building. All of them were $3,000. And I saw a bunch of small ones as well. They were also like $1,500. So it made no sense to move out into a small. I'm surprised you got one for 60,000. Or
You
I'm
can
missing
get
something.
way bigger for the $3,000 price, way bigger.
All right.
Same area, different real estate agent. So your company is a foreigner company, right? I mean, there's no Japanese head. It's a foreigner head. And for
Yes.
that, they charge
Make
extra for everything. My real estate agent was Chinese. And Chinese people like, no, the way around here. If I would have gone for a gaijin friendly, foreigner friendly real estate agency, I would have to pay so much more. I would have to
Right.
pay so much more initial money. Initial money here is not like deposit in Bangalore or in India. Initial money was 3 times the rent. It's always 3 times the rent and you don't get it back at all. So you pay
You don't
three
get
times
back?
the rent. No, not at all. Three times the rent you pay initially, and then you pay the rent. Then you pay deposit money too. Yeah, that's how much you pay. Deposit money, not refundable. I literally like tore the wallpaper, so I'm not getting the refund money.
Nice. Very cool, man. Is your family coming or are you?
Yeah. So I was supposed to bring my mom, but my brother got a new job. He's working at right now, but he's serving his notice period. Going to go to Zomato. He's an iOS developer, and so we have to like move him to Gurgaon. So she's going to get him settled in, and then she's going to come.
Nice. Very cool. Based out of Delhi.
Office is like near Amity, Greater Noida side.
Oh,
Noida,
nice.
Greater Noida.
Got it. Cool, man. This is great. That's all the questions I had. Do you have any questions for me?
One advice for the people who are going to cohort meetups and who are struggling with finding people to talk to, work with, co-work with, whatever. When you go to the meetup, just wherever you're sitting, talk to the people next to you, talk to the people behind you, in front of you. That's how I met Sargam. He was sitting behind me. Vidya Varsha here, Rakshit here, and they're my circle up until now. Like we're connected. Crazy.
Nice. That's pretty cool. We don't do meetups as much now. After Delhi, we like sort of called it. Delhi meetup was very hectic.
I
So
don't
since then,
like your meetups now. I only like the first one. So cozy. I had the best seat right in front of everybody. That was the best.
I know I need to do more of these. Same. I probably like the first. Second one was Bangalore. Second one you came. That was a little, everyone's so far, and Delhi is 10 times of that because like too many people.
Delhi meetup, I would never attend.
Yeah,
Bangalore
yeah, yeah.
meetups, I attended both of them. Both of them were very lucky for me, especially the second one because my interviews were right after
Nice.
that meetup. I just came there to like absorb some good vibes, some luck. To read books, like
Oh,
have you
God.
ever read books to become a better engineer? Engineering books.
No. Long story short, no. Recently, I saw this guy we have a PG now where people are staying. This guy had the system design book. We were interviewing him before his main interview. So I read through it. It felt fairly simple. It's like, I think it's for very beginner people. If you've practically worked all of that, you already know. You don't have to read through books for it. So personally, no.
Hmm. We
HC
have
Verma,
these.
NCRT, those
No,
I've read.
you. Oh yeah, you've gone that crazy. Yeah. Uh, we have a lot of books in our office, all in Japanese, but they
Oh,
read them a lot. So I was like, maybe that's a good way to go.
probably not. And can you read Japanese?
No. Yes, I
Uh,
can. I can do everything.
Cool, man. Yeah, that's good insight. I do agree. I don't think a lot of females like raise up to engineering roles in India, but I've seen them at least in the US. Probably happens in Japan. So, ठीक है. Learning for me is move all the women out of the country.
Yeah.
100 steps wali. All right. Cool.
Or
But I have actually
make.
someone in Super 30. She's actually pretty good. I'll connect you to her.
Hanji, please. Sure.